must props. Give props to Dido ASMR for inspiring this. I couldn't help myself. I could not help myself. I love Would You Rather. So, let's play a game. Now, this specific app does give you the choices in percentiles, as in who picked one over the other more. I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to find out which one is chosen more. I'm trying to find out what one should you choose. So, would you rather be married forever, or would you rather be single forever? Be married forever, single forever. Alright, if we're taking this at its word, this is actually a question that grants you immortality. Because forever is not the lifespan of one human being. It's forever, for all of eternity. So, would you rather be single forever, for all of eternity, billions of years, trillions of years, plus, an infinite amount of time past all of that, or married for the same infinite length of time? Obviously, single forever seems like it would eventually be lonely, even though I'm exactly the type of person that would say, I don't understand the unappeal of loneliness. I don't understand, I don't get the fear and loathing people have towards that state of being. But still, if the question is, can you be married forever? I mean, that kind of negates one of the major drawbacks to being married, which is you love someone infinitely, you want to be their partner forever. The absolute ideal is still spoiled by death, by our mortality, by the impermanence of human existence. This clearly negates that. So, if you found the right partner, obviously, why wouldn't you want to be married forever? That seems like an obvious answer. Especially because I suppose the way out of forever would be to potentially, okay, so if you choose single forever, if you were to get married or have a girlfriend, because you're not single if you've got a girlfriend or boyfriend, then does that negate the forever thing and you just instantly pop out of existence? No, I think I'm gonna say you're locked into it. You're basically locked into an immortal existence. Therefore, yeah, at that point you'd want a partner, because any problems you could ever possibly have will eventually be solved in an infinite amount of time. There's no way you won't solve those problems. And then you have someone to walk the sands of eternal time with. So yeah, clearly married forever. And I'm gonna also guess this is gonna be overwhelmingly, like probably 70+% of people are gonna pick married forever. This is my guess, let's say. Yeah, exactly. It's the clear choice. Alright. Would you rather fly first class forever only be able to bring 50% of luggage? This is not a fun question. There's no real interesting way to do this. I mean, okay. First class, I guess first class is very nice, right? First class is very nice. For every commercial flight, I don't know what the qualifier is there. I don't know what the difference for commercial versus what personal flight. I mean, I don't understand the qualifier commercial. Yeah, as opposed to for every flight. I don't understand the difference. I'm gonna just kind of assume that there's not a difference. I'm assuming this is every time you fly, you either are first class or you're in a private jet. If you're in a private jet, you only get 50% of luggage. Now for me, I'm not a heavy packer. So 50% of luggage is, I'm assuming, a luggage allotment. They're not gonna, yeah, because you could be like, okay, you pack 2 suitcases, they just eat one of them. And it's like, okay, you don't get that piece of luggage. You can't bring it. That's an easy fix, because then you just pack, an empty luggage suitcase, and you go, okay, bam, done. You get rid of that one. Now I have half, finger quotations, half of my luggage. Yeah, so that's not a thing. And again, we're assuming that there's no difference in pricing, I'm guessing here. Yeah, it's like, so, whenever you go for a flight, you're automatically upgraded to first class, or you're automatically upgraded to a private jet. Now, the trick here, the trap for this private jet does not mean the height of luxury. Private jet can be crap. Private jet can be a little 2-seater, biplane type thing. A noisy rotary engine where you're smelling diesel fuel the entire flight, making you sick to your stomach. Oh, gross. And then you only have 50% of the luggage. Man, that's, yeah, bad. As opposed to first class, I'm assuming, even if it's not the height of, the best private jet is going to beat out the best first class. But first class is always going to be a very luxurious assignment. It's always going to be a wonderful experience where you're waited on a little bit extra. You get to board a little bit earlier. As opposed to private jet where you can board whenever you want. They're waiting for you, you just get to go whenever you want. Which would also mean that, private jet affords you an enormous amount more flexibility. I'm kind of leaning towards first class. Only the 50% of luggage is meaningless. For me, this is only, would you want to fly in a private jet for every flight, but it could be an incredibly nice private jet, or it could be a terrible, horrible private jet, or first class for every flight. And it's, it's first class every time, so there's no, there's no super crappy first class. This is the safer option. First class is the safer option. I feel like this is going to be a slight edge. This is going to have a slight edge, like 51 to 49. I think this is the safer option for me. I don't fly all that often, so who cares? And private jets might not even necessarily get you everywhere, Like an international flight. I mean, I guess if you're flying international on a private jet, it's going to have to be a really nice one. It's going to have to be, a big plane. Because those are the only planes that are, going international. So that's another 10% of luggage, depending on how that's implemented. That I don't think that impacts me at all. I don't. It's meaningless to me. I'm gonna go first class for every flight. Let's check. Whoa, really? I guess everyone agreed with me that that was a trap. Private jet can be good, can be bad. All right. Would you rather live in the town you were born in forever, or never see the town you were born in again? Nostalgia is a heck of a drug. I will absolutely agree to that. However, even with nostalgia being as powerful as it is, I can't help but recognize that this question rests entirely on the town you were born in. Was it a good place? Was it a terrible place? Because if it was a good spot, then yeah, pick that. You know everything. You're comfortable there. It's a good deal. It does limit you. You are trapped in that town. And you now know that you're trapped in that town. There's no hopeful escape. Oh no, you know what? I can go over, I can visit some other place. Never see the town you were born in again. Yeah, and this also potentially, what if all of your family's in that town? Now, obviously, if you're mystically compelled to never enter the borders of the town or, even get into eyesight with it again, you can call them up and say, hey, the wizard has, made it impossible for me to enter this town. If you want to see me, you gotta come to me. Annoying. But neither of these is really a horrible option. If I'm going to be totally honest, this is going to be down to, what was the town you were born in? I mean, I think this would potentially live in the town you were born in forever. Potentially, eventually becomes a prison. As opposed to you're denying yourself something that might make you happy, but you still have the freedom of the entire world there. And I mean, look, live in the town you were born in forever. What if that town goes out of business? What if that town, unincorporates? All the jobs dry up. You're stuck there. You don't want that, no. So I think that's the kicker. That is the kicker. Where I would have to say, never see the town you were born in again. I'm going to have to pick that. And I think this is probably going to be a significant winner. Yeah. Not as much. I was thinking it was going to break 70%. Alright, would you rather never be able to eat your favorite food or eat only your favorite food for the rest of your life? It's funny because I'm actually kind of already doing that. See, eating only your favorite food for the rest of your life. Let's say your favorite food is a delicious, nutritionally balanced, perfectly nutrient-dense meal. So, like, for me, every morning I eat the same sort of eggs, chorizo dish every day. I have for a while, barring, like, a couple weeks where I was out of the hospital. But after that, I got back to it, and I love it. I have no problem with it at all, because it satisfies everything that I need. And I look forward to it every day. But it would get boring, right? Never be able to eat your favorite food. And let's put it this way, this is such a non-problem. is you've got one favorite food, unless you've got a very weird attachment to a certain specific food. As in, like, man, I really love Gushers. I really love, yeah, one specific candy. I really love the Milky Way bar. I love pancakes. I love waffles. I love licorice. Coconut is my favorite. I can't have coconut anymore. Oh no. It's a non-problem, man. It's an absolute, total, absolute non-problem. This leaves the rest of the world open to you. You are denying yourself one food group, one specific food. Like, let's say, yeah, oh man, what's my favorite food? Donuts. And I was like, no, not donuts. That's not my favorite food. My favorite food is Boston cream donuts from the one bakery down the street that does them extra special and only when they're super warm. Yeah, right out of the oven. That's your favorite food. Okay, you can't eat that. And I'm like, okay, but you can have Boston cream donuts warm straight out of the oven from the bakery, 2 blocks down the street, as opposed to right across the street. Wow, you've now denied yourself literally nothing. So, I think I have to. This is a non-problem. This is potentially a death sentence. Eat only your favorite food. What if your favorite food is utterly, absolutely unhealthy? You're gonna hate that food very quickly. Yeah, you're only able to eat Boston cream donuts from that one little bakery that you like for the rest of your life. You're gonna die. 100%. You're gonna be malnourished. Potentially, you can't even eat, like multivitamins to keep up your levels of micronutrients. Very possibly, you're literally going to die. As opposed to this is a non-issue. So yeah, let's. Why are we lollygagging around? Let's click it. This is clearly the best. Yeah. Oh my God, that's it. 66. Come on. No, that should have been 80% at least. Okay. Would you rather live in a school, live in a kid's park? A kid's park. Okay, so this is gonna be outside. Probably not necessarily outside. Not necessarily outside. I've seen indoor kids parks, and those are usually pretty cool. But again, this is okay. So you live in a school, you live in a kids park. It does not specify whether you get to choose or whether the choice, of specific school, specific park, is made for you. That would be absolutely a determining factor. Because if you can pick any school, any kids park, you've got a lot more flexibility with schools. I mean, realistically, like live in a school, a university is a school. A university is a school that has dormitories. There's plenty of, there's tons of live-in, away schools like that have, again, dormitories, rooms, showers, all of those types of things. Kids parks, they don't. They do not have those things. Most of these are also going to be outside. It's also going to be very bad. It's going to be a really bad look to always be hanging around a children's park. You are absolutely, I'm assuming that, you are not a child. You might be if you're listening to this, but I'm not. And therefore, if I were to live in a kid's park, I don't think it would be live in a kid's park. It would be stay in a kid's park for a week or two and then get, beaten to death by completely reasonable parents. Yeah, so this is not a great this is a terrible option. Even if even if everyone is made aware that the evil wizard has placed a curse on you that has forced you to spend the rest of your days in this children's recreation center, it's still not a good look. And there's a lot fewer good choices as opposed to a school. There's a lot of good choices. There's definitely terrible schools. And I guess this school is not shut down. The school is still in session. So you are going to have bells. You are going to have, kids going up and down classroom halls and talking and gossiping and so on and so forth. And again, potentially the school that you're living in might have kids. It could have kids in it. It could be a children's school. It could be, K through 8 middle school, that type of thing. That is a possibility, in which again, you're potentially taking your life in your own hands, and you may be, one day, beaten to death by well-meaning adults who have children that they are trying to protect from the weirdo who is always hanging around their kids at school. But you also have the potential for being in, like a college or something like that, in which you've got food, I think, the food is actually the main decider here. Yeah, if you were to think about it, you could potentially get, in fact, you can almost certainly get food at a school. There's going to be a cafeteria. You're going to be able to eat. You're going to be able to live. A kid's park. Yeah, you're not. If you could never leave a children's park, you would die in a couple days. Potentially like 2-3 days if they don't have water fountains. So yeah, live in a school. We got to do it. And let's think. What are we thinking is going to be the ratio here? I think school is going to be. I think it should be a significant winner. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. 77%. That's really high. All right. Would you rather have to go to school in a shopping cart pushed by your mom, or have to go to school in a wagon pulled by your dad? Okay. I am out of school. So, realistically, I would never have to go to school again if I don't want to. But if I wanted to continue my education, let's say I want to learn something new, shopping cart pushed by your mom, I don't fit in a shopping cart. It's way, I would be in the, the basket of the shopping cart. I would not be able to be in the seat. There's no way. It's not possible. Pushed by my mom, that's also not great. She would be far more annoyed, I think. Yeah, especially because I definitely outweigh my mother by a significant amount. I guess it's her workout. She'd be getting her workout in every day. That's for sure. But yeah, that as opposed to a wagon pulled by your dad. Jeez, I might be killing my dad's back. That's a possibility. But a wagon would be just so much easier. I don't have to go to school ever, so I probably just wouldn't. If this was, again, some evil genie descends from the heavens, points his finger at me, a lightning bolt strikes, and now I am mystically forced to only go to school in a shopping cart pushed by my mom or a wagon pulled by my dad. You get to choose one or the other, which one it's going to be. pulled by your dad, right? Wagon. Much more convenient, much easier. You know what? This is kind of a flip a coin. Do you like your mom more or your dad more? People like their dad more. People like their dad more. Not to mention a shopping cart is way weirder. Would you rather be attractive but very annoying? That's a lot of people, and those people do very well. So, that is not a bad option at all. Or would you rather be unattractive but very charismatic? Ooh, okay. That would be unattractive but very charismatic. Ooh, okay, you know what? I missed the very in very annoying. But very charismatic. That changes the calculus. That changes the calculus quite a bit. Quite a bit. Very charismatic people. The charisma beats out attractiveness. It 100% does. Attractiveness never goes away. Okay, again, no, alright. Let's be, the spirit of this is you are mystically attractive. So you're attractive for the rest of your life, the rest of your days. You are attractive but very annoying. Or you are unattractive, not very unattractive, but you're unattractive. So you're somewhere below average. You're below a 5. That could be 4.9. And attractive could be 5.1, but you're very annoying. You could be a 10 and very annoying. You could be, a 0. You could be a 1, but very charismatic. Okay, so let's say you're at the extreme. You're extremely unattractive. Actually, you know what? This doesn't say very unattractive, so I'm gonna say you're not gonna be below a 3. Yeah. So you know what? Yeah. Let's say that you've got you were in a horrible fire, and you've got some unfortunate scars on your face. So you're unattractive. You're quite unattractive. But you're very charismatic. You know what? That guy builds a company. That guy absolutely succeeds. That guy's got drive. He's got the chutzpah to do whatever he wants. He gets things done. Attractive but very annoying. Again, let's say you're attractive forever. You're gonna age like fine wine. But you're very annoying. That is going to close a lot of doors for you. You can be a model, and that's about it. And even then, you might still be too annoying, because you're very annoying. You're very, very annoying. You might be too annoying to get jobs. You might be too annoying to get, a man or a woman in your life to take care of you. You might not be able to enjoy being attractive. You might lose out on the sugar daddy, sugar mama of your dreams. But attractiveness is always such an attractive trait. We all want to be attractive. We all want to be beautiful. But I think charisma for me, in my specific circumstances of being a man, charisma wins the day. Charisma wins the day because it's ultimately going to beat out unattractiveness. In this scenario, I'm Henry Kissinger. I'm Henry Kissinger. I'm doing very well. I'm doing very well in the dating scene. And I am a master of the universe. In the history books, I'm very charismatic. It's got to be, for me, it's got to be this. But I think if I were a lady, this might be more beneficial to me. But no. Alright, attractive but not very charismatic. Okay. Only be able to. I did not plan this. I did not plan this. I swear I didn't plan this. I didn't know this was a thing. But I will take it. Would you rather only be able to subscribe? Only be able to subscribe, or only be able to like the video. Only be able to like the video, or only be able to subscribe. I think this is an obvious choice, because if you can subscribe, you are notified when new videos come out. Liking the video, I suppose, trains the algorithm better to recognize your preferences, and therefore you'll be fed videos more efficiently. But if you have a favorite creator, you will not know if they have a new video out unless YouTube or whatever video platform you're on decides to feed you the video. And maybe they don't. Maybe they've decided that person is persona non grata. And then they're invisible. Whereas if you subscribe, you're always able to find them. And you know when they've released something new. Only able to like the video, only able to subscribe. I'm gonna say subscribe. Subscribe. Yeah. I'm curious to see the breakdown though. Interesting. Okay, this has got to be the last one, but this is a perfect. This is 100,000% up my alley. So I was gonna stop at the last one, but no, we have to finish this one. All right, would you rather live in a DC world or live in a Marvel world? The fact that they qualified this with a Marvel world and a DC world means that they are aware of the multiverse in both of these, so Marvel 616, DC has, Earth 1, Earth 2, Prime Earth, all of these different things, depending on the incarnation of the DC multiverse at a time. So a Marvel world versus a DC world. A Marvel world gives you a much better chance of getting superpowers. If we're going to be totally honest, there's a lot of people in the Marvel world that, fall in a vat of glowing goo and come out of it with superpowers. You could be born a mutant. There's a lot more avenues to superpowers in here, as opposed to the DC world. You're born with your powers, or that's it. You're an alien, you're born an alien, you were born in Amazon, you're born rich, and that's kind of it. I know there are a couple people that, okay, hey, this guy found a blue beetle, thing, and it grabbed onto their spine, and now they're low rent Iron Man alien guy. Yeah, okay. But the odds of that being the case, far less likely. Marvel World technically is a higher powered universe because they have the cosmic entities in normal rotation. You've got your Galactuses, you've got your Death, Eternity, Oblivion, the Living Tribunal, so on and so forth. they all, I'm pretty sure it's canon, they exist in all Marvel worlds, so this is technically a higher powered setting, but you almost never encounter them. As opposed to the DC world where the powers you're going to encounter are going to be far more powerful. Superman beats Thor. Okay, like Superman beats everybody in the Marvel world, pretty much without even trying. They all have super speed to some degree, so these guys are usually way more powerful and kind of more of like a threat. And speaking of threats, the bad guys in the DC world are kind of way scarier than your Marvel world. The Marvel place, the bad guys pretty much just want to kill the good guys. You know? Like, Hulk has some enemies. They want to kill the Hulk. The DC world, the Joker does not want to kill Batman. He wants to kill everybody else. You know, yeah. So like Darkseid doesn't want to just take out Superman. He wants to enslave the entire world and render all people mindless slave husks. That's a rough world to live in because, again, a DC world. Maybe you live in a DC world where in which Darkseid wins. Entirely possible. Maybe you live in a world where the Purifiers won and they've killed all the mutants and they've rounded up everyone and put them into camps like they do in Age of Apocalypse. That's entirely possible. But if you're just a normal, if I'm just transported as I am right now into that world, I'm fine. Unfortunately, I'm living in that world, but I'm living my life, unmolested, basically. Not to mention, again, which world do I have more just personal affinity for? Marvel versus DC, DC versus Marvel. I feel like I could manufacture powers in Marvel. I feel like I'd know enough stuff that I would be able to somehow put together, like a super soldier serum, or engineer some coincidences so that I was able to get superpowers. I don't think I'd be able to do it in DC. I don't think I can do it in DC. I think I probably could in Marvel, or at least I'd have some chance of being able to do it. And I also definitely I like Marvel more than I like DC. I do, 100%. The DC has better cartoons. DC's best things they've ever made are cartoons. So I'd rather watch a DC cartoon than anything Marvel's ever made. God, that's true. Man, that's sick. Ugh. But that's totally true. 100%. Young Justice is better than anything Marvel ever made. That's true. But Marvel vs. DC, would I want to live in that world? I think I want to live in the Marvel world. Okay. Now, the question is, who picks what? At what rate? I think Marvel is going to be the answer that most people pick. Because Marvel movies are far more popular than DC. Yeah. I was right. Okay. That is it. That's gotta be it. Yeah, that was way longer than I was expecting, but then again, like I said, I love this game. So, good luck in all of your endeavors. Which ones did you pick? Did you have anything that you totally disagreed with? Thank you for tuning in, and goodbye.